Kind World. I'm Erica Lance, and today we have a story about an encounter with a stranger that made all the difference.
The moment in the grocery store will be something that I'll just always remember.
First, let's go back. Months before that moment in the grocery store, Susie Skogard was a mother of 3 in Mission Viejo, California. She didn't expect her 4th pregnancy, and then, 19 weeks into it, she got a call from the doctor.
We got a diagnosis of Down syndrome and that she was going to be born in heart failure.
Heart defects are common in children with Down syndrome. When she got the news, Susie decided to go on a long walk. So she and her husband put their kids in a jumbo stroller and went out together. Susie knew exactly what she wanted to do.
I wanted to get something for our baby to be, just to kind of cement that we're going to keep her and everything will be okay.
So they went baby shopping, and on the way home, they stopped for groceries. When they went inside, Susie encountered someone she'd seen countless times before.
She was just a clerk at the grocery store, but it was kind of like the first time, I think, that I really noticed her.
I'm Sydney Elizabeth Taylor. I bag people's groceries, and I am 33 years old. My favorite part of the job is when the customers come into my line, and I greet them by saying hello, and at the end I say have a great day.
I knew she had Down syndrome just because I could recognize the traits.
On her next grocery run, Susie approached Sydney for the first time. She wanted a glimpse of what her daughter's life might look like.
I was nervous. I said, hi, and she said hi, and she wasn't too interested in talking to me, I think, the first few times.
From then on, every time Susie got groceries, she paid at Sydney's checkout, even if it was the longest line in the store.
For a while, it was like every day, because we lived literally 3 blocks away from the grocery store.
And eventually, they started talking.
Found out that she takes the bus to work, that she was meeting up and having regular parties with friends. She loves to read and she loves musical theater, and those are also big passions of mine. And she's a big fan of Disney.
I have my room all decorated with Frozen stuff. Let it go.
She loves to sing.
Can't hold it back anymore.
And it was little things like that, little interactions that I really clung to. Probably every other time, at least, by the time I'd get out to my car, I'd at least have a couple of tears of crying. And just out of reassurance and gratitude.
Susie's daughter Carly was born 4 months later. She did indeed have Down syndrome, and her heart had 3 holes in it.
It was constant watching her to make sure she didn't turn blue. Monitoring her breathing. Any slight cold could kill her. Her cardiologist said her heart was in a perpetual state of running a marathon.
During the roughest months, Carly underwent a string of hospitalizations and a heart surgery.
I mean, now she's been able to grow and thrive, but at that point in time, we had only been through the dark part of having a child with Down syndrome. We had only been through the hard times.
More than a year passed before Carly was well enough to go to the grocery store. For Susie, it was a long-anticipated moment.
Then we got up to Sydney's checkout line, and she saw Carly. She just said, "Oh,
she has Down syndrome."
I was like, "Yes, she does." And so I pushed the cart down towards Sydney. Sydney said,
"I know that she has a big heart, like I do."
And Sydney instantly just wrapped her arms around her and gave her a big hug. Sydney ended up asking Carly if she knew any sign language.
I gave her a couple of sign languages,
showing her different ones, and she asked if she knew milk, and I said she does know milk.
She signed me more, and she signed me please, and the last thing I did, I told her that I love her.
She used her fingers to sign I love you. I mean, Sydney would say I love you to Carly without even knowing her. It was just, hey, we're in this together. It was something so small and beautiful.
Since then, Sydney and Carly have hung out together, celebrated birthdays together, sung karaoke together.
I know how Carly feels. When she gets older, like 4 or 5, I'm just hoping that she'll talk to me in words.
Sydney, she loves kids, so she's great with all 4 of mine. She comes over and they want to show her everything, and they take her in like 4 different directions, and so we've been able to forge friendships out of this that I think will be lifelong.